If you're old enough to remember surfing the web in the early 2000s like I am, I'm sure you and I likely share a similar trauma inflicted by shock sites and videos. From Goatsy to Lemon Party, Two Girls One Cup, and a plethora of others, back in the day it was like walking through a minefield trying to avoid these disgusting shock sites. But with that being said, shock sites have fallen out of vogue over the years. It's just difficult to trick someone into visiting a site like Meatspin these days. People are too conditioned for this kind of stuff to work in the modern internet landscape. Or at least so we thought. As in 2019, there was a shock site that slipped through the cracks, pun intended. And even more hilariously, this whole thing was made possible because of one of the most memed on television commercials in history, the LeBron James SpriteCranberry commercial.
Want a Sprite Cranberry?
The shock site in question was called SpriteCranberry.net. It's a rather official sounding website, and many presumed it to be associated with Sprite's holiday beverage. However, upon visiting the site, one wasn't met with holiday cheer, they were met with a man squeezing out some anal discharge. And even more bizarrely, the person who created this would come out claiming that it was a social experiment, only to then double dip and prank everybody again with an even more disgusting shock site. This is the story, the wild story, of SpriteCranberry.net. This video is sponsored by Keeps. You guys want to see something truly shocking? Take a look. It's my hairline from some of my old videos published back in 2020. Yeah, this thing was on a downward spiral around this time, and you guys were very prudent in regard to reminding me of its disappearance in the comment section. I could always count on you guys. Well, I decided to do something about this, and I started getting treatments through Keeps back in the fall of 2020, and well, a year later, I think your boy's holding up alright. This thing is definitely improved in my opinion. I know the comments slowed down, that's for sure. Keeps offers generic versions of the two FDA-approved hair loss products at a can't-beat price, and best of all, you skip the trip to the doctor's office and pharmacy. Keeps will set you up with a prescribing doctor online, and your prescription will be shipped right to your front door, and in 4 to 6 months, you should start seeing results. Look, I stand by Keeps. This stuff works. If you're a guy that's having a little bit of anxiety about your hair loss, there's no shame in doing something to stop it. If you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to www.keeps.com/wavy to get 50% off your first 3 months of treatment. To really set up the SpriteCranberry.net story, we need to travel back approximately 4 years from today and get a feel for the meme phenomena that the actual Sprite Cranberry commercial had become around this time.
It's the thirstiest time of the year.
Beginning its television airing in November of 2017, this holiday-themed Sprite commercial featuring LeBron James and Drum's rendition of "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year" was everywhere on television. While there isn't anything inherently bad about the commercial itself, it became infamous just because it was played all the time and the song in the commercial was extremely catchy. Oh, and of course there's LeBron James' famous question, "Want a Sprite Cranberry?"
Want a Sprite Cranberry? Want a Sprite Cranberry? Cranberry. Skip it up and down.
No, I don't want a Sprite Cranberry. Thanks for asking though. Similar to how people memed on the Legend 27 commercials a few years ago and the Grubhub dance commercials more recently, anytime you see any sort of marketing campaign that gets crammed down people's throats, it's an unspoken rule amongst internet users to aggressively meme said advertisement to oblivion. In a tongue-in-cheek F you to corporate America, I guess. So in 2017, the first collective memeing of the LeBron James Sprite Cranberry commercial was initiated. From shitposts to well-thought-out sketch comedies, everyone was getting their jokes in here.
Want a Sprite Cranberry?
What the freak? LeBron James?
Sprite Cranberry?
Bro, what are you doing at my house? Hold up.
Want a Sprite Cranberry? Want a Sprite Cranberry? The answer is clear.
LeBron! Stay off my property, alright?
The LeBron James Sprite Cranberry commercial was immensely successful and would come back year after year. And as the commercial comes back every year, so do the memers, finding new ways to extract comedy from this medium, in a weird symbiotic relationship of memer and corporate America. Which of course brings us to a rather diabolically genius exploitation of this meme that took place in 2019. A meme that was so powerful that it brought shock sites briefly back into vogue, introducing them to a new generation of internet users. On November 1st of 2019, right on time for Sprite's annual Cranberry commercial run, an anonymous entity registered a website domain name called SpriteCranberry.net. One might assume that this was Sprite itself securing the domain. Perhaps they had some future giveaway or promotion that they were going to use this website URL for. But an update that would come onto the site shortly after its creation would get rid of any thought that this was Sprite itself making this website. And what might that update be? Well, on YouTube, there exists a channel called Vetnique Pet Products. The channel features a plethora of videos showcasing how you can use their pet products to care for your animals. And on this page, there is a video called How to Express Your Dog's Anal Glands at Home, Veterinarian Recommended Way. Graphic. The self-explanatory title really says it all, but the video itself is basically a veterinarian explaining and showcasing how you can disimpact a dog's anal gland by shoving your index finger into it and squeezing. The video starts out pretty tame, but immediately escalates when the dog is turned around, tail raised, and anus on full display. At approximately 1 minute and 27 seconds into the video, the vet sticks his finger into the dog's anus and with a squeezing motion causes a stream of shit to come flying out of the dog's ass, covering most of the man's finger with the putrid projectile. I can't show this for obvious reasons, but this thing will leave you queasy if you're not prepared for it, so watch at your own risk. So what does this video have to do with SpriteCranberry.net? Well, the dastardly fellow who created this page, realizing that the holidays were coming up and it would be time for Sprite Cranberry to begin trending again, decides to have his domain redirect people who visit it to the exact 1 minute and 27 seconds of this anal gland expression video. It was a devilish trap he had laid, primed to prank the masses during the holiday season. So how does this SpriteCranberry.net creator get people to take the bait and actually type this URL into their browser? Well, it's not exactly known where all of this first started, but in early November, seemingly coordinated posts began appearing across Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit meme pages. These posts purported that Sprite was giving away free bottles of their cranberry sodas to people who visited SpriteCranberry.net. Unable to resist their curiosities, many people visited this SpriteCranberry.net, but instead of being met with holiday cheer, they were met with doggy defecation. People who fell for this would end up telling their friends, then their friends would fall for it, repeat the cycle, and before you know it, we had a shock site going truly viral for the first time in years. It was a beautiful sight to see.
Go to SpriteCranberry.net. So, but here we go. I press enter.
A guy named Skinny Wrist just came into my chat. Ever heard of SpriteCranberry.net? No, I've never heard of SpriteCranberry.net. What was that?
Just send it. Just send it.
What was that?
SpriteCranberry.net. Please believe me. Don't go there.
Sprite Cranberry.
Very gentle about this.
Oh my god, no, yuck.
By the end of this initial spread of SpriteCranberry.net, the anal gland expression video on YouTube had amassed a whopping 8.5 million views. In comparison, the video had just under 2 million views before the holiday season had begun and SpriteCranberry.net was established. While it's impossible to directly imply that this shock site resulted in all of these views, I think it's fair to say that a good deal of them probably came from this prank. A prank that turns out wasn't even over yet. Unbeknownst to most people, SpriteCranberry.net still exists and is updated to this day, and its second update in 2020 is likely the most gruesome of all of them. Around the holidays of 2020, SpriteCranberry.net was updated with this message. SpriteCranberry.net was an online social experiment conducted by James Woods Regional High School. The study is now complete and results will be recorded thusly. Thank you for your time. Two things I want to point out real quick before I keep reading. James Woods Regional High isn't real. It's the high school featured in Family Guy, and secondly, the whole study is complete bit in the formatting of this message is a reference to a tweet claiming that Timmy Thick was a social experiment created by Harvard University. Let's continue. At the bottom of the page it reads, "You can find the study at SpriteHarder.com." Oh, really now? I wonder what happens when you type in SpriteHarder.com. Am I about to get a peer-reviewed scientific essay on the results of SpriteCranberry.net's research? Nope! It took you to a disgusting YouTube video where a man is yanking off his rotting toenail with flesh attached to it. This video makes me want to die, dude. Holy shit. I don't know why he didn't use this video first in 2019. It's way nastier than the dog anal gland video. God. Here are some takes from the comments section from people who fell for the prankster's second shock effort.
I'm so sorry for those who still wanted a Sprite Cranberry. I thought that SpriteCranberry.net was shut down, so I went to see their research. I'm amazed. You just toenail rolled me.
But yeah, the SpriteCranberry.net creator got him twice. SpriteCranberry.net's most recent update features an image of someone's skull after getting hair transplant surgery. It's pretty nasty, but it's not as bad as the other two videos. Who knows what sort of dastardly plans the SpriteCranberry.net creator has up his sleeve going forward. Unfortunately, it's likely that SpriteCranberry.net will be forgotten in time, as when I was creating this video, I realized that LeBron James didn't re-sign with Coca-Cola. He now works with Pepsi, so there's no more Sprite Cranberry holiday commercials. Or at least a Mimi commercial with LeBron James. Regardless, I gotta give a nod to the anonymous person who is behind all of this for resurrecting the shock site on a large scale, even for a brief time. It was a creative melding of multiple memes and a sprinkle of holiday magic. And that, my friends, was the repulsive story of SpriteCranberry.net. Let me know if you remember some of these disgusting shock sites from back in the day. And also, I want to give a big shout out to Justin Wang. You should check out his video about the guy who shoves a jar up his booty. It's a old shock video. He covers it very well and it's pretty crazy. Check out that video in the card. Make sure you slap like, ring that bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I want to give a major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys. Wavy Web Surf out. Peace.